Welcome back. We're following some significant breaking news in Donald Trump's civil fraud trial, where Mr. Trump Jr., Donald Trump Jr., took the stand facing questions about financial statements that New York Attorney General Letitia James says were inflated. Court just wrapped up for the day. He is the first of 3 of the former president's children expected to testify there. Eric Trump, he is next up, expected to testify later this week. Ivanka Trump set to testify next week. The Attorney General says that all 3 were involved in a scheme to falsely inflate the value of Trump Organization assets. NBC News senior legal correspondent Laura Jarrett, my colleague on Saturday Today on NBC, joins me now. Laura, this was a big day, actually, and it's the first of several in this civil fraud trial. What has been the biggest takeaway from what we just heard from Donald Trump Jr.'s testimony?
Hey, Peter, this is significant because obviously the former president's eldest son is a defendant in this case, somebody who's tied to it, mostly because his names are on the documents. He's the one signing the representations that there was no fraud, that there was nothing wrong with the financial statements, which in the Attorney General's view is wrong, that they were fraudulent. It is obviously a bench trial, not in front of a jury, but the judge heard testimony today as he's going to be the one certainly deciding the credibility of Donald Trump Jr., as well as you mentioned, Eric and Ivanka, who are also set to testify over the next week. As you mentioned, court just wrapped up, and I'm looking at some notes here. It looks like at the end of the day, Donald Trump Jr. essentially punted, saying it was others' responsibilities to prepare these financial statements correctly. And so essentially he's deferring any responsibility for that, even though his name does appear on these documents.
So let me get a better understanding of this. Of the 3 children, Donald Trump Jr., Eric, Ivanka, is any one of them expected to be most revealing in this? Donald Trump Jr., obviously his name is on the documents. Are the others on the documents too?
No, not to the same extent. But in some respects, Eric Trump's testimony could also be pretty revealing, as he's the one who actually, after his father becomes president and goes to the White House, he and Donald Trump Jr. sort of take over sort of the day-to-day operations along with their longtime chief financial officer. And Eric is the one who's actually doing a lot of the day-to-day real estate deals and actually the one who's involved in sort of the valuation of the company. So I think he's one to watch as well. Obviously, his brother is an important witness here, and I should mention an adverse witness. Obviously, this is the state who is doing the questioning. The state is the one that has brought this case. Obviously, his own attorneys will get a chance to do their own, questioning of their client, which would obviously be much more favorable than what we heard today from the state.
Quick last question. This is a civil trial, not a criminal one. How does that change the sort of rights, as it were, for these who are testifying, for these kids?
Yeah.
They basically can't say no.
Yeah, I think for so often we're talking about criminal cases, in which case certainly you don't often see a defendant get on the stand. And if you do, they could certainly invoke their Fifth Amendment rights. In a case like this, they too could invoke their Fifth Amendment rights. They're certainly able to do that, especially if they think what they say could be sort of implicating themselves in a crime. But if they do that, in that case, the judge could make a negative inference about the fact that they declined to testify. And it's something we actually saw the former president do a number of times when he was deposed in this case. Wait to see whether he actually does it when he's expected to be on the stand next week, Peter.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.